Welcome to Politics for Thinkers.
Hi, welcome to a new edition of Politics for Thinkers. I'm Jennifer Barreto Leiva, the host and executive producer of this new show. I would like to thank all the beautiful messages that I get from the audience for the premiere of the show. Before we begin this edition, I would like to read a beautiful message that I got a few weeks ago from Mike Rakebrand. He ran for the election in the U.S. House of Representatives, New York 2nd Congressional District. He lost in the Republican primary on August 2022. He served in the U.S. Navy as a submariner and hospital corpsman from 1997 to 2007. His career experience includes working as a NYPD detective. He sent me this message on Twitter. Hi, I just wanted to let you know and tell you how happy I am to see Venezuela back on path to liberty. I was so impressed with your courage during my campaign and truly see you as a big part of the fight for freedom. I hope this finds you well and your family safe. God bless you and the people of Venezuela. Your bravery and heart is a testament to the Venezuelan people and inspires so many others to be brave. I'm extremely grateful to get this message. It means a lot to me. Nobody know how hard it is for me to work, to keep going with this show, not only because of my obvious limitation with the English language, but because things in my country are far from being close to normal. I'm absolutely and forever grateful with President Donald Trump. Without him intervention, um, my country would never see the light, would never talk about future. Now we have a country with a lot of hopes, with hopes to be free someday. Things are far from being real, really close to freedom. There is a lot of things going on. There is a lot of censorship. The repression hasn't stopped. And just the fact of me being here puts me in a risk that I'm willing to take. But this message means more than he knows. He uh, he's a great gentleman here. His husband, his wife works in the NYPD as well. They have a beautiful family, and I'm sorry he didn't make it to the primary, but I'm tremendously grateful for this message. Being said this, it's time to introduce my guest of this week. Um, Liza King is proud to be a Lee County native with Cuban American roots. She's graduated from Florida Gulf Coast University with a Bachelor of Science degree in criminal justice and an emphasis in forensic psychology. Lisa began her career with the Lee County Clerk's Office in 1993. She later decided to pursue her next venture as a court investigator with the administrative office of the courts. Lisa quickly moved through the marks of the courts and currently serves as chief deputy court administrator for the 20th Judicial Circuit. Lisa is a certified court manager and executive. She served as a commissioner for the Florida Corrections Accreditation Commission. She was nominated as a 40 under 40 recipient and was most recently received a Women of Distinction Award. Lisa ran a county-wide race for public office in 2022 back in the day when I've met her. In addition, Lisa became a licensed realtor who specializes in complex real estate transactions. She served on the board of the inaugural Hispanic Heritage Festival at 5K event. She currently serves as on a United Way allocation review team, and it's on the board of the Multicultural Center of Southwest Florida, the Big Backpack event. Lisa is also the founder of Alice's Wings of Hope, a nonprofit that honors her late sister's legacy. Lisa served as the vice president for the Lee County Republican Patriots Club and present representative for the Lee County Republican Executive Committee. She's an active member of the Step of Faith Ministries. Welcome, Lisa. So happy to see you after a long time and really happy and surprised that you are running again for a new chair. Um, Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. It's so nice to see you, and thank you for the work that you're doing.
Thank you so much. I know you appreciate it as a Cuban American. You know exactly what we're going through. Your people is going through the same thing. And for me, it's very important that you're here with me this week. Um, the first question I would like to ask, if you ran for Lee County Clerk back in 2022 when we met, and now you are seeking a seat on the Cape Coral City Council for District 6. What inspired you to jump back into the political arena?
Well, let's see. I mean, I've continued to be involved for several years now, and having served 33 years with the state of Florida state courts, I thought, you know what, it's time to bring all of that knowledge and experience back home to Cape Coral.
Okay. Have you considered who is going to work with you in case you're elected for the chair?
As far as who I would work with in what respect?
In case you're elected, you have your team elected, or you have considered who is going to be with you in case you're elected?
Absolutely. So for the City of Cape Coral races, it's a council of, there are 8 council members. And so during the campaign, I most certainly have a team, and I am especially grateful because a lot of the team members have supported me for years and supported me back in 22 and are right back supporting me again this go around. And I mean, I'm forever grateful for that.
Oh, that's cool. That's always very important to have a team that cares about you and support your whatever your mission is. Um,
Yes.
Based on the evaluation that you must had to the district, what are the primary issues that you think should be addressed and fixed?
Absolutely. So Cape Coral is such a unique area, such a unique city. We are very large geographically, and so we have built, we're about 55% built out. So we are in the process of a lot of growth. We're at approximately 230,000 residents, and we're projected to reach 400,000. So it's an interesting time. And as far as the issues, there are a number of concerns that I've heard as, you know, I've gone around listening to residents and also a lifelong resident myself here in Cape Coral. But I would say that primarily infrastructure is making sure that we're keeping up in all aspects of infrastructure with the growth that has taken place and will continue to take place.
I could find on your website a few goals that you have there in case you're elected. Fiscal responsibility, public safety first, smart sustainable growth, community integrity. Um, i- is the safety of the district in danger? What is going on?
So, the city of Cape Coral is actually known to be such a safe community. And we have an excellent team, police department, led by an amazing and dynamic leader, the chief of police here in Cape Coral. And for that, I am very grateful. But it's important to me that as we grow and continue to grow, that safety always stays at the forefront.
I see. For those who are not familiar with how politics are done in the state of Florida, is the politics there are very peculiar. One of the main issues there is the difficulty of older generations open the path for younger generations, and that opens the door to corruption and many other situations. Have you personally have issues with this, the way politics are done in Florida, and what is your taking on this, the way politics runs in Florida?
Right. Well, let me tell you, I think that we have probably become leaders here in Florida with the legislations, the laws and the legislation that has passed in Florida as of late, even as late as this legislative season. We have state representatives that continue to further that cause of making sure that we have elections that are protected, where IDs are required. And so that act was passed this year, and just doing everything that we can to stay, to make sure that the integrity of the elections are ensured.
Great. Since I know you, you always talk about leadership in our community is super important. There is a severe lack of leadership in Florida for younger generations. Um, we have several generations of broken men and women, and is like an never-ending cycle of a lot of issues around it. Um, how can you think we can fix and address this problem?
Leadership is ensuring that we bring up leaders, you mean? Yes. So it's funny you say that, because you remind me that I am extremely passionate about leadership. The majority of my career has been, I've had the honor of serving in a leadership capacity. And so I can tell you, just even internally within the courts, it's always been important to me that not so much furthering my career, but I sort of have measured success by how I'm able to further the career of others and help others grow and help others develop, and really promote that leadership or see things in others that they may not necessarily see in themselves. Because that's probably what I'm most passionate about, is finding those strengths and then really developing or honing in on those strengths. So in order to, right now, I think what one of the challenges are is that social media and just all of the technology and AI, and so sometimes that becomes, obviously we must embrace it. It's our future, but sometimes that becomes a crutch for others to maybe not want to step out front and center. So I do think that in terms of improving leadership in younger generations, I think that responsibility falls on us to make sure that we are always thinking of how do we develop the younger generation and how can we challenge them. But I'll tell you, even here on a city level, I mean, I just left an event this evening, and there were some young men and women speaking, and I always am impressed, because those that do have the courage to stand up and speak, it's pretty impressive to see that. But basically, make full circle and answer your question. I think the responsibility falls on those in leadership to always think about others and realize that it's really never about us. It's about developing others.
Yes, you always say the same thing, the same idea. It's not about us, it's about the others and how can we make an example to others. Um, so far, did you received have you received any endorsement?
Yes, I'm so excited. I've received a number of elected officials endorsement. The one that I've published so far is Senator Jonathan Martin, who
Wow.
it's just so exciting to have his full support. I've known Senator Martin for several years, and I'm proud of the work that he does and who he is as a person. So it means the world to me.
That's amazing. Not because I know you and I consider your friend. I consider myself your friend, but Lisa, one of the things she has is a huge, huge heart. She's one of the few people that works with empathy and respect to others, even if the others don't think like her. That's a lesson that I've learned from you, and that's one of the reasons that I look forward to support you in everything you do. We need more politicians and public servers that you know put a little bit of the heart and kindness in whatever they do. It's not about just screaming and name calling as we actually can see you everywhere.
Wow. Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head, and that is just so ingrained in me. I think my background with the courts and the formality and the decorum. I say, let's bring back the decorum. Let's bring back the professionalism, and let's remember the importance and the example that we're showing to others. So thank you for your kind words. And yes, that is so important. And I think it starts. This position that I'm running for is a citywide election, and I always say the importance of the city elected positions because I think it starts at the city level, and then I think the work we do trickles up to the county level and up to the state level and ultimately national. So I think strong city government is key.
Absolutely. And now that I know Lisa and I know her mom, all her kindness, her values, her integrity comes from her. Your mom is an amazing lady. I know her and is so kind and so funny at the same time. Is
Yeah,
a
she
lovely
is.
woman. She is.
Thank
And
you so much.
she's a really lovely lady. And of course you have to came out as a beautiful woman inside and outside. Who is your favorite person running for the governor chair of the state of Florida?
Goodness, you're challenging me. I like it. And the only reason why I say that is I know exactly who my favorite person is, but I guess it's two-sided. When you're a candidate, you sort of stay in your own lane. But I'm proud to say that I do endorse Byron Donalds. He is amazing, dynamic, strong, a God-fearing man, and I am excited for him to be our next governor.
I agree. We need a strong man who keep going the work that Governor DeSantis have done in this time. In the recent elections, the Hispanic community did a major turn upside down a big shift when it comes to politics, and we kind of help to save the country. We are community uh, the first community after the Caucasians and before the African Americans, and we help to do a shift in politics. um, I think in the previous election, what helped to Hispanics to vote Republican was the fact the economy was a disaster and the country was upside down. But now I don't see the panorama so clear as we have it in the past election. The midterms are going to be a very interesting election, to say the least. Do you think Hispanic finally learn how to vote, and how do you think is going to be the midterms?
Um, I agree with you that it will be quite interesting. I can tell you just here on a local level, we have a pretty significant Hispanic population in the city of Cape Coral, and that's something that I am quite proud of. Is that back in 22, I was able to sort of uh, get the Hispanic vote excited about getting out, getting involved, and voting. And I'd like to think that I have been able to accomplish that this election as well. And of course, we're getting the momentum going. But I'll tell you, especially Cuban Americans in the city of Cape Coral, they are paying attention because of everything that's going on in the homeland, and they want Cuba to be next. And they understand the importance of freedom, the importance of getting involved. I can tell you they're paying attention, and I am so excited that as I've had different events throughout the community, there have been a number of Hispanics that have come and supported. I think what will be important is to continue to the reminders. Hey, we're getting closer. This is how many days we have until the primary election. And so to continue to stay engaged so that we can see the voter turnout and the voter representation from the Hispanic community that should be there.
Yeah, can't agree more. Um, Last but not least, for the first time in many, many, many years, Cubans in Venezuela finally are seeing the light. And some changes have been done thanks to this administration. Do you think that being Marco Rubio in the administration and being somehow the translator of our realities had helped to the process that Cuba and Venezuela is going through? Do you think Cuba is going to be free anytime soon?
Great question. Yes, I absolutely think that Marco Rubio has been an asset to us, number one. And number two, I will never let go of that hope. So, right from our president's mouth, Donald Trump said, Cuba is next. So I think we continue to hold on to that hope that Cuba will in fact be next, and that the people of both Venezuela and Cuba will be fully living in freedom.
Hopefully so. Cuba has been under a dictatorship for the past 67 years. There's not such a thing as a blockade from the United States of America. For those who love to spread propaganda, the only issue Cuba had, it's called communism. And Venezuela has been under a dictatorship for the past 27 years. And again, as I said on the beginning of the show, we're far from being normal, but at least we have possibilities for the future. Thank you so much, Lisa, for being with me today. It's been a pleasure to talk to you finally after so many time. And I
Yes.
love that you are back on the race, and I wish you nothing but the best. You deserve to be elected. I don't want to say goodbye yet. Please give a message to your voters before we say goodbye.
Yes, I would just say, thank you for the support that I have received, the support I will receive. I just ask you that you stay involved, engaged. I would love an opportunity to speak one on one with anyone that has any questions. And I just ask for your full support and your vote on August 18th. I would be remiss to not tell you that, once again, thank you for the work you're doing. I'm so proud of you, your persistence and dedication. So, congratulations for that. And thank you once again.
Thank you so much. It melts my heart. I'm fighting with my tears here. Thank you so much. And it was lovely to see you after so many time, 4 years, actually, 4 years.
Yes, we'll
Happy
stay in
to have.
touch.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Before we say goodbye, please remember our social media. You can find us everywhere under Politics for Thinker, everywhere. Also, remember you can find on our website how to contact us, our social media, how to follow us. Who am I? You can find my story there, and you can find our weekly editorials as well. And our website is politicsforthinkers.com. It's pretty easy. Politics for Thinkers everywhere. Thank you so much, and see you in 1 week, 7 days. Thank you. God bless us.
Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you for watching Politics for Thinkers.